Bless up, massive. It's DJ Bubbles early on a Tuesday morning. You done know, hailing from Toronto, Canada. We're in the month of September, almost mid month. You done know, and in less than 6 months, everybody's gonna be celebrating Black History Month here in Canada. You done know. That's 5 months away to be exact. And here in Canada, there are black people who still live like the slaves on the plantation. I just want to take you back just a tiny bit into history, the history of black people in North America, you know. While we were slaves in shackles and visible physical chains, black people never got the best of the best. We ate what the massa didn't want. We wore old clothes and shoes that the master threw away that they didn't want anymore. What I'm thinking about most is the reaction of the Caribbean black community here in Canada, mainly in Toronto, at the fact that the Juno Awards pulled the reggae genre from their categories for the Canadian Juno Awards. Really and truly, not a lot of people have any knowledge about Canadian Juno Awards. That is how minimal and regarded it is in the music industry on an international level. Oh, we all know about the Oscars, the Grammys, but Canadian awards, it really has no significance. But you know what? It means a lot to the Caribbean reggae artist here in Toronto. I'm seeing some of the responses to what the Canadian Juno Awards has done by pulling the reggae category from the reggae genre from their award categories, and I'm just wondering, why are people really crying? What place did the reggae genre have in the Juno Awards, first of all? First of all, the reggae genre had a separate ceremony outside of the main ceremony, the televised ceremony. So, right there is an example of the perpetuation of segregation. How come the reggae genre was not included and televised? It was just a little private ceremony. It reminds me of how the slaves had to use back doors and back entrances, have their own restaurants, washrooms that were only for the colored, as they used to say. So I'm wondering, what are we really crying about? We shouldn't even care that they eliminated the reggae genre from the Juno Awards. Because although slavery is supposed to have been abolished, and many movements in place that went down in history to eradicate segregation, it still lives and exists here in Canada. Trust me. And you want to know the sad part about it? It's the black Canadians living here that contribute to the continuation and the perpetuation of segregation. It is separate. You know what I mean? Music is music, you don't know. So why do you split the ceremonies, televise certain genres, mainly, like country and, you know, blues, jazz? Those genres are televised. It's the main spotlight, I mean, red carpet. But the black Caribbean genre It isn't televised. You never see it on TV. So I'm just wondering, my reggae artists up here in Canada, talk to me. Tell me how you feel winning a Juno Award contributed to the growth of your career. Who saw you except you posting my win Juno Award on Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok? How did it really advance your career more than to just say, "Me win Juno Award"? So what? Who saw you? What opportunity did the Juno Awards grant to you as a reggae artist to create more awareness of your talent and your skills? Think about it. They didn't even think that our reggae music was worthy of being televised. We should be glad. And sometimes I wish I was born on the other side of the border. I don't see people like Beyonce or Busta Rhymes and them man them and woman them crying because they got eliminated from the Oscars or what have you. Bear in mind they built their own awards, the BET Awards. Who cares about the Oscars and other white owned and operated award ceremonies? Now is the time to stop scratching your head and saying, how are we going to get back? Get back to what? The back door? I don't understand the logic of people. They didn't even put you on TV, on CBC, the lowest rated television station network in all of North America. It ain't even like it was Fox or anything that you could say, Lord, I missed my opportunity. What opportunity? Do you people like going through the back doors? Do you like living in segregation? Because that's exactly what it is in plain words A, B, and C. If you can't be televised, if there's a separate ceremony, you know what that means? Harriet Tubman made a mistake running up here to the north because Canada is the most racist country in this entire world, even more so than the good old boys down south. You want to know why? The good old boys are going to tell you like it is straight up. But here in Canada, they do little things to keep systemic racism from continuing and continuing. So, with that in mind, I'm hoping that you guys, we are going to think about how we can create our own platform and stop trying to run after being treated like second class citizens. Yes, there is racism in Canada. And the only way that the black race could beat this is to just let go of the idea that these people, these racist people, are ever gonna have a place for us at their table. And we shouldn't care anyway. You know why? They only want to feed you scraps. Is that how low you value your talent as a reggae artist in Canada?